Good evening, everybody. Welcome to GunnersLoversTV. I'm your host, Augustine. We are here again to give you some tips on what is happening in Arsenal Football Club. I'm here, your host, Augustine, keeping you entertained, keeping you busy, giving you fresh information before the season starts. Arsenal started their preseason, as we all know, with Norberg. It was a 1-1. I will say Arsenal started because we learned later they played Watford, which was also 1-1. We started properly with Norberg, and it was 1-1, where we tested some of our new arrivals. One of them, Harverz. Harverz played, I think, about 45 minutes. We saw that as a warm-up to acclimatize, to get used to other Arsenal players that are already established in the team. We all know we bought him from Chelsea. So a lot of people thought he would score a goal just to prove himself. It doesn't work like that. He needs to be fit. He needs to get used to his teammates. And he also played with some more or less not first team players. So it was not the real first team players he played with, which we'll be getting used to, So you can't judge him on that front. So our next game was with MLS. MLS, they are based in America, as we all know. They have their own league. In America, they either call it soccer or football, whatever they call it there. But they have their own league. I think they have been informed, they have been playing their own league. But we found it necessary to use them to kickstart, not just keeping fit, to also test tactics, to also test the new arrivals. So by the time we got to America, we had now concluded deals for Timber and Declan Rice. The balls in the stadium that day, MLS All-Stars. It was too much. Starting from even the commentator giving a live history of every player, telling us how wonderful they are. Those players who are already on transfer list of the Saudi. Saudi is the oil-rich country. Every player is going now. Some of the players who are already on the list going there. That's how good they are. The fans in the stadium were, having a goal. They were ready to support their team. One good and very beautiful thing that took place was the fact that Arsenal has a very large membership fan base in America. So the stadium was packed full. So Arsenal was not short of support. And then, of course, they brought one singer to sing the national anthem to galvanize the Americans. The land of liberty, where all dreams come true. The American dream. The guy sang beautifully well. And everybody expect now the players from MLS all start to kickstart, to start on that high note. And then they started. Of course, by the time we had played 4 minutes, General Jesus Gabriel pounced on MLS stars. What we always call unquestionable goal on this channel. The goal came from a distance. In fact, it can't be less than, let's say, 25 to 30 yards. That's where Saka gave him the assist, and then he fired it above the goalkeeper's head to aim the goalpost. Now, you remember skills challenge that Harverz and Co did. Skills challenge. Jesus did not, I didn't think he took part in that competition, but he finally taught everybody, the MLS All-Stars fans, that you don't need the skills challenge to play the real football, because there are so many freestyle people who know how to control ball, put them on their neck, do like this, run and back. How many of them have signed for Barcelona and Real Madrid and the likes of Man U and Arsenal or Liverpool? They are all still on the streets doing their entertainment for money. So that is not where football is played. It's played on the pitch. And then, of course, 3 more goals, the fourth one, making it 5. So you had Martinelli scoring his own. You had Trossard scoring his own. You had Jesus scoring. And of course, the man at the center of the storm who came from Chelsea, they still have that stigma on him that he did not perform last season. And I told us to give him time. Arteta must have seen something that brought him here to Arsenal Football Club. You know, he came to a new club, fully prepared to do well. He failed the skill challenge, which is a very good. In my opinion, I thought he deceived them not to look in his direction. So that when the real show starts, they'll say, this one could not aim goal. Of course, he gave them what we call woto. Woto. Chased the ball once and fired straight. Why did the goalkeeper not catch the ball? That goalkeeper used to keep for Dortmund. Former Dortmund goalkeeper. So he's not a learner. As Nigerians used to say, he's not a learner. He's an established professional. That was where Harverz started his history with Arsenal. And we pray that many more goals of that will come. Skills challenge is for those who practice skills challenge. It's not for footballers to show how well they are good on the ball. What you need to show is how good you are with an opponent facing you, not when you are alone controlling the ball. Excuse me. So you need to show your skills when the opponent is in front of you and prove yourself as a footballer. That's how that skills challenge will be complete. Then we'll move on to the issue of Declan Rice. Declan Rice has come to Arsenal to stay. You know, he's not among those players who are jittery, the Pepe. No, it's not Pepe. Pepe is a well-spent force. He's young but well-spent. He can't be used for second team. He can't be used for first team. He can't be used for reserve. That's why we shipped him out to France. To see if he could learn like Saliba and come back galvanized. To be able to come back and make his mark in the first team. But when he came back, I think Arteta has already seen what he did in France there, because he monitors every player. He was playing for Nice and he didn't do anything. So, but this is Declan Rice in his Declan form. Yes, that's the grammar we're going to spend to speak today. Declan Rice in his Declan form. He is an established England international, a former captain of West Ham Football Club in the Premier League, and somebody who has rose through the rank from academy to under this, under that. So he's not a learner at all. He's not nervous. He's confident of his skills. He's confident of his ability. He has leadership skills. He has people skills. He can work with his team, collaborating well with his colleagues, his fellow players. So when Declan Rice was on the sideline to be, substitution was going to take place, of course, come and see the moment every Arsenal player was waiting for. We were all waiting to see if number 41 will show on the board. And it came to pass. When he entered, he cemented the already cemented defensive midfield of Arsenal. You can see the partnership he had with Odegaard. Not to talk of the beautiful pass Odegaard used to cut MLS into 3 letter with M, L, S. He cut them into 3. The pass went through M, it went through L, it went through S until he landed the Martinelli's feet. By the time he got there, of course, we who know Martinelli for what he can do, we already saw the ball inside the net and the referee was already blowing. You know now. Martinelli got the ball and opened up. He opened up once and released the ball straight into the net. Don't forget, he had fired 1 or 2 before this time. So, even when Declan Rice now started distributing pass and also got the ball, there was a time he was going to fire. Every Arsenal player, Arsenal fans, they say fire, finish MLS. But because of his dexterity, because of his football intelligence, he did not want one-man glory. He saw that other players were well placed, which shows his teamwork skills. Yes! He now passed the ball to somebody well positioned. When it was time to fire, he will fire. As if we have not added insult and injury on MLS or stars. We now brought Urian Timber. They all entered at the same time with Declan Rice. I will advise you to go and watch on YouTube special clips that were done for Declan Rice and Timber. Timber was brought in, I think, as a defense center back when the likes of Saliba and Gabriel were removed to go and rest. They have done well. Trossard was removed to avoid injury because one tackle like that almost injured him, strained him, you know. And all those boys were brought, Saka and Co were brought out. They brought Urian to. You would think Urian Timber has been playing with Arsenal for a long time. In fact, when me and my wife were discussing and watching it, we don't even know which wing he was even out playing. He was so good that from a center back to right back, the next thing we were seeing him at the front, distributing passes. And he's so good, fast on the ball. There was one time one guy just removed him and he almost injured his hand. I think the guy kicked his hand also. So, the reinforcement, kudos to Arteta and the board with Edu and all the backroom people organizing all this transfer. Kudos to them because one, they have achieved getting all the targets we wanted. Harverz, Declan Rice, and Urian Timber. Those 3 were the main targets. They got them on time. That is the beauty of finishing your work on time. So now anything we add now is just pepper soup and fish, you know, just to step down or cement already what we have already done. You know, when you have finished building a house, you want to paint. We have built the main thing now. If we bring anybody in just to paint it to beautify. So Arsenal still has his eyes 1 or 2 places, you know, the news is everywhere. So this season, even Rooney in his interview said their team, their members, the MLS All-Stars, they were not brave enough, they were nervous playing, especially in the first half. He also said, the beautiful part of the interview was that he said he sees Arsenal doing better than what they did last season. What does that mean? If you interpret it, it means if we were second in the league last season, it means we are like Rooney has said it that we will win the league, which is overtaking Man City. Thou has said it. I'm not the one who said it. Rooney has said it. So if it's your first time to enter this channel, this is how you do it. you will like, you will share, you will subscribe to this video, because we are marching, following Arsenal bumper by bumper to bumper. Just marking them. Tomorrow night again, we are playing Manchester United. Manchester United. And that is when all gun will be blazing. I expect all our first team to play. This is no longer the time where during Arsene Wenger's time, you know, we used to play half of academy boys in pre-season. Just and then you say we want to keep fit. No, the tactics starts now. Winning the Premier League starts now. We have Jesus, our striker, already on the score sheet. We have Harverz already scoring. We have Saka has already scored. We have Trossard already scored. So these are people who are going to be relying on. They better start scoring, that's why the confidence start coming. If you don't have confidence, you cannot play. So please like, share, and subscribe on this channel. This is where you should be. This is where we say it how it is. The likes of other YouTubers, Robbie and Co, they are all there doing, you know, following up. We thank them for all the information they are giving to all Arsenal fans. And we thank Arsenal fans who are there to support Arsenal. So the beautiful thing that Saka did was a young boy, small black young boy, was celebrating his birthday. He put the poster up and was saying he wanted a picture, just a picture with our star boy, Bukayo Saka. And Bukayo Saka obliged, even though they removed him in first half. He went to look for the boy and gave the boy the boot he used to play that match. Even when the older people are trying to let me give you or take it, he gave it to the boy by himself. Made the boy's day. And you know, that boy will forever be grateful. And after that, we just want to tell you that Arsenal has his eyes outside looking for players like Bitello from Grêmio, a Brazilian attacking midfielder. Hopefully, he will come. So, if we hear more news, we'll give it to you as it comes. Don't forget to watch the match tomorrow. I think it's 10 p.m. against Manchester United. You might see many of all the, the new players starting. They might start against Man U. So, I'll see you then, and we'll talk about this Man U match after the match. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, Augustine. Don't waka pass. This is your channel on Gunners Lovers TV.